Hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Sherry Moyes here. Back for another session this week. So I am going live on StreamYard. If you are here joining me live, you'll need to give StreamYard permission if you hadn't, so that I know that you're here. Drop a note in the comments. Say hello if you're watching the replay. Let me know that too. All right, we are continuing on with our journey through exploring partnerships in our business. And we've talked about a couple of different ways that you can partner in order to help to support you and your business, both of which are equally as important. So today I want to dive into a few more simple ways that you can also look at generating some partnership energy in your business. And before the live, I pulled a card because I wanted to see what was coming through and what the energy was around this topic today. And this is from the Divine Abundance deck from Tasha Silver. And I love this card for many reasons because it also has butterflies on it. But the card is expansiveness. And I love this for this topic because part of what we want to create in our business is this energy of expansiveness, of possibility. And so one of the things that I know that partnerships can really do is help to create that energy of expansiveness, of possibility. And so this card says, eternity is far more creative than the rigid, constrained, and exhausted ego. So one of the reasons that I know people will avoid or not look to partnerships is because they don't think they're far enough along in their business to be able to, really engage in that kind of thing, or they think they just need to do it all on their own. They're not ready. And I'll say, peace out to all of that. So not true. You are ready from day one to get support and to be supported and to connect with others. That's how we thrive. We are wired to be engaged with others. So we talked about the past two lives that I did. One of them, we talked about, clients being a great partnership for referrals and for helping to create that synergy moving forward in your business. And then last week we talked about one of the most, I think, overlooked things that we forget to do, which is talk a lot about what we are doing in the world and sharing with others. So we had some great shares last week. Thank you to those of you that showed up and shared what you're doing. And I want to encourage you, even if we don't have a specific post around it, share about what you're doing, share about so that we can support you. If you're exploring an avenue, a niche, and you want some feedback, post it in the group. There's a lot of people here with some great input, and we can support you more if we know what you're all about. So I want to put that out there. But let's dive into the 3 different ways you can partner, additional ways you can partner with people. So number 1, and is partnering with yourself. Now, this may sound a little bit strange, but hold on with me here and follow my train of logic for a minute. So as a solopreneur, it's really easy to break commitments that we make to ourselves. So we need to honor like the CEO version of Sherry, as well as Sherry, just, the mom, the wife, the what have you version. And I can give you an example for myself for how, things can get away from you and you don't honor that part of those commitments to yourself. Lately, I've been feeling kind of this nagging energy of like, there was something I wasn't focused on or something I wasn't seeing that was important for me to be aware of. And so I reached out for some support in another group that I'm in. And I was reminded of the importance of like, not just I've been in there's a lot that I'm creating right now and working on with the upcoming summit. So I'm really in kind of the day-to-day mode, and I've not been paying attention or to the long-term vision as much. And it's so important to pull both of them together. And the only way I can really do that is to sit down and have a little meeting with myself to really get in touch with what it is that I want, this, back in touch with my vision and back connected to where I'm headed and what I want to create. So honoring for myself that I've been honoring my flow. I've really not wanted to be in the energy of pushing. So I have been less scheduled than usual, which is great. But it also, this commitment to my vision can get set aside if I'm not showing up and paying attention to it. So what commitments do you have to yourself in your business? I commit to having a schedule that has some breathing room in it so I can go for a walk in the middle of the day, or taking Friday afternoons off. And am I honoring those commitments? So what are your commitments for yourself in your business? What do you want that to look like so that you are feeling nourished and supported? And how can you connect with yourself, have a little CEO board of directors meeting, and ensure that you are flowing with that energy? So I really suggest that you make a point of actually having that meeting with yourself to check in and put it on the calendar. And, if it's there and you need to move it, you move it. But at least if it's on the calendar, you can address it. All right. Point 2, having a support team. I said, yesterday I was able to get some support because I had community where I could share what was going on and get some reflection. And, whether you've got an accountability buddy, or, you've got someone that you're utilizing to, in fact, I did this multiple times yesterday. I checked in with Maria, who helps me with social media and design and things like that. I needed to pick her brain and get some support around what I was creating visually. So, maybe you aren't in a position to have, a paid support at this time in your business, but there are a lot of other ways that you can get support in groups like this, where you can ask questions and get answers. So ensuring that you've got, I've got my biz besties. I have a handful of people that I know I can reach out to on a moment's notice and say, hey, can I run this by you? Having that kind of partnership in your business is so valuable and so important. So how can you create that? Where can you, if you're not feeling like that, oftentimes I hear people say, oh, I feel alone on an island. Like nobody in my family gets it. Find your people, find your support system, and make it a habit of checking in. My biz besties, we make it a habit of checking in with each other. We haven't heard from one another in a while. Maybe we don't need anything, but it's just that thing of like, hey, thinking about you. That's really powerful and important. All right, so that's number 2. Number 3, I've always had, a mentor in my life, in my professional life, whether it was back when I was in, sales and marketing, or now as I've been an entrepreneur. I've always had someone who was 2 steps ahead of me that I could rely on for support and encouragement and guidance on my journey. And there are so many options these days for mentorship, coaching, support, whether they are group or one-to-one. Having some of that in your life and in your business is going to have you thinking in that expansive way that I was talking about. You are more creative when you've got some outside reflection and guidance, and not just from a peer. I mean, those are important and supportive, but somebody who's a few steps ahead of you that can really, who's been there, done that, been in your shoes, and can give you open your eyes to possibilities. I think it is one of the most valuable things and gifts that we can give ourselves, and it's an investment in yourself and your business. and ensuring that it's the right mentor for you, the right support person that's going to make you feel, that's giving you guidance, support, advice, whatever it is that you need, so that you can really have that that confidence that you need as you move your business forward in whatever area that you're in now and where you want to go. So let's recap. And then let's see where it is that you might be, because I believe you need all of these things. I think they're all important pieces of a thriving business and a nourished and happy you. And doing it your way, uniquely you, always. So however you're wired to partner with people, but partnership with yourself. So again, making sure that you're having those CEO meetings with yourself and keeping your commitments to yourself. Are you committed to a certain type of schedule? Are you committed to your vision? Checking in on that and doing it regularly, so you're honoring the wisdom within. And then 2, having a support team. It could be paid or unpaid. Ideally, it's a combination of both, but people who are your cheerleaders, cheering you on, helping you in any way that they can. And if you're not in a place to hire someone yet, then there's always ways to, connect with others, free groups like this, where you can, get questions answered and people cheering you on, run something by someone. Having that sounding board is really helpful. And 3, mentorship is also just another beautiful form of partnership. Finding the right mentor for you that's going to have you feeling nourished and supported and help you to move your business forward, because they've been there, done that. They are a few steps ahead of you. Whether you join a membership program, or you have you're in a group program, or you have one-to-one support, and making sure that mentorship is covering all the levels of what we need as human beings. So there's the business side of us, but then there's the inner work. And I know that this journey of entrepreneurship is as much of an inside job as it is, the tactical and practical things. So where are you getting that inner journey support to? Because that is so, so important. Every time we take that next step forward and we go to level up in our business, we hit a growth edge and all the feels come through too. So I'd love to hear your comments on this. Where are you feeling strong in partnerships? Where do you feel like you need to put a little attention? And, think of this as kind of a pie that we're looking at here. We add in the client referrals piece that we talked about, your clients as partners, sharing what you do so friends and family and people in your world can help partner with you. And then these other pieces of partnering with yourself, support system, and mentors. It kind of rounds out this beautiful pie that is such an integral part of our life and our business. So love to hear your comments. Let me know what you think, and where are you going to take action? So whenever we get some information, how can you take action if one of those pieces of that pie is a little smaller slice than it could be? What are you going to do to shift that? And what support do you need? How can we support you in filling that pie in? All right, my friends. As always, it is a pleasure to get to share space and time with you. Thank you for listening. Let me know what topics, questions you might have. I've got a lot of fun stuff coming your way over the next couple months. I just did, this week is I'm interviewing all the experts for our next summit, and one down today blew my mind. So much good stuff. I cannot wait to share with you all. But in the meantime, I wish you a beautiful rest of your day, and I will see you next time. And remember, as always, all it takes is a little bit of heart power. See you soon.